Hi, and welcome back to my fourth episode of my playthrough of Police Precinct. As you can see, we have gathered our first two evidences, so the autopsies or the autopsies section is already filled, so this is actually good. One problem was that Gioacchini was not able to handle an emergency, so he landed in the hospital. Wasn't really a big problem as he had more than enough cards on his hands. But of course then Lisa Costello, or is it Lisa? I call her Lisa from now on, had to handle that emergency instead of him. So I think we will continuing to investigate the murder actually, as we are already in turn number 9. And the whole game would start if we ever would land on turn number 22 actually. So let's see what Gioacchini can do about that, and I think he will have a look at the murder weapon, and this murder weapon can be found here in this warehouse. Good thing is he's just around the corner, so I think this is what he will do. He will drive to one street only to search for the murder weapon. So let's bring him here, and again, this is the same procedure as we did that when we did the autopsy actually. So because he has the he has 3 symbols that showing the investigation items, he's driving in an unmarked car. I think I forgot that when I did the first investigation, so right now he would already be allowed to draw 4 cards, and I think Lisa will also play this officer assistance card, so this would bring him up to 5 cards he would be allowed to draw. Good thing about this deck is there's only one evidence in the whole deck. It's good and bad basically, so there are loads of cards that show nothing. So let's have a look at our 6 cards here and hope for the best. Of course, it's only 5 cards. I'm not sure why I came to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Hopefully really I haven't mixed anything wrong. The rest of the pile goes back here to the warehouse, and let's see what we have here. Nothing yet. Pity, nothing yet. And look what we have here. Awesome. So also this stack is already resolved, so this is really perfect. So we have actually found the murder weapon, and this is another category, so we would be allowed to gather another donut here for Gioacchini. Awesome. So then let's draw a police card. Oh, this is request assistance. So put that down. And of course we still need to draw an event card. And this is another problems in the hood. Roll 3 dice and place 3 street punks in the corresponding bad hoods. We are still doing very good, so I'm considering really to spend another of this, and this makes the game also a little bit more difficult. So this card is resolved then already, and it was actually a good turn for Gioacchini this time. And let's have a look what Lisa will be doing. I think Lisa will go here to handle that emergency. So this 1, 2 and 3. She's in a marked car, and she also takes the support car with her. 1, 2, 3. And there we will try to catch this shoplifter. So again we have to gather some dice. She now has 2 dice because of her upgrade. She gets another dice because of the support car, and I think Gioacchini will play this card here. Nah, that's a 3. But of course there is unknown circumstance. Now let's play that. So she gets now a 4th die, and remember you are not allowed to peek under this unknown circumstances marker before really everything else is solved. So it's not allowed that you have a glimpse under this card and then decide to whatever spend in police card. So everything has to be done in advance. So okay, let's discard this one. Now let's have a look at the deck, and this guy is also wielding a shotgun, so Lisa would lose 1 die. So good that we played that police card, and with this 3 dice she now has to roll at least 1 3. Nah, that should be possible. So we need some, yeah, not a problem. All these shows the corresponding 3, so that's not a problem for her. As a reward, she can take a donut or can decide to not draw an event card. And she has a donut in her pocket, so I think I rather decide not to draw an event card here. So let's discard this unknown circumstance. Then we will discard the emergency card. And yeah, so she only has to draw or cannot draw another police card. So, and this is another stakeout card. It's not very useful for her because more or less she will drive in a marked car for the rest of the game. But still, it shows a cuff symbol. So we might be able to use that in a later turn. Okay, let's quickly move the turn marker to turn number 10. And yeah, this was actually a very good round for both of these characters. And yeah, let's see if Joe Kinney, I think he might now handle this emergency down between Calhoun and 4th Street, which would be down here. And he only needs to go 1 street to the south. And in the next turn he can directly have a look at the crime scene evidence. So we can also do some progress here, but I think we should also try to solve emergencies from time to time. Yeah, let's do that. He gets again, I think it's 3 dice now. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, because he has the base ability of 3. And I think, because we really want to get rid of that, Lisa will play this police card, so he gets a 4th die. And with these 4 dice, yeah, he should be able to roll a 4. Good thing is, in this case, if he fails, he's not sent to the hospital. Okay, 1 4. We need 1 4. Yeah, that's not a problem. Hey, she should have rolled that when we're in at the Paris apartments, so he would not be sent to the hospital. So he can now either take a donut or go for a police card. In this case, this is easy. He will take another donut because this is really a very good joker. And this emergency will be discarded, of course. Additionally, he will be allowed to draw another police card. And this is another fresh perspective. And I think this is pretty good because he will go for these crime scene evidences in the next round. And I think he will play this card before going into the actual evidence. Nice. So let's draw our emergency card, our event card, and this is a gas leak on West Calhoun Avenue. Roll a die before each event card draw. If a 6 is rolled, the gas leak explodes and all players on West Calhoun are sent to the hospital. Increase city crime by 1. 2 players must be at West Calhoun to seal off the street. If successful, each player gets a donut. This is now something, I think it comes in very handy because the Calhoun Avenue is basically just here, the West Calhoun. And you have to have 2 players on the same street to seal that off. Good thing is, and that's the reason why in this 1 or 2 player game there is this support car, you can use the support car with one of the actual players to seal off that gas leak. So this is actually something that help you. So I think we keep that here. Of course, in the next turn we have to keep in mind that Lisa, or maybe Lisa can already do that, has to draw, that you don't have to roll any event card because it's not really a problem here. The emergencies are okay, I would say. So I think, yeah, we will keep the gas leak at West Calhoun Avenue, so basically down here. And now it's the turn of Lisa, and she's at the police station, so, and she will take the 1, 2, will take this streetcar, the support car with her. 2 players must be at West Calhoun to seal off the street. If successful, each player gets a donut. And here I'm thinking if this really means each player or each player that actually goes to this street to seal that off. I would play it this way so that only Lisa would be allowed to gain a donut. Okay, so this gas leak will disappear. She would still be allowed to do or draw a police card. This is another surveillance card, so we'll just take that. And of course she still can have a look at the event deck. And this is a nasty one. Escort important van. Place the van by the pawn shop. The van must be escorted to Luna Avenue. Players may only move the van together with their own car on their turn. The same player does not have to escort the van all the way. When the van arrives at Luna Avenue, discount this card. Until then, no players may draw police cards. And I'm really thinking of using the intuition ability for Lisa, because I don't need that at this point in time, because this would mean it's a pawn shop. To the pawn shop, yeah, the pawn shop is right here. But we have to move that all the way to the eastern side of Commonwealth. So we will put that under the event deck and draw another one. And here is another one. Overburdened. Current player chooses. Take 2 patrol officers from anywhere, stockpile or board, and remove them from the game. So really remove them from the game. Or roll 2 dice and place 2 street punks in the corresponding bat hoods. And I think this time we really will roll the dice for the street punks, because this will be our last 2 patrol officers and we need them. So 1 will go to 6. Right now there is none. And the second one goes here to number 5, but there's also none yet, so this is not really a problem. So I think this was a good decision to use her ability in this time. Of course, the other event card might come into play sooner or later, because the event deck gets thinned out already. Okay, one last thing to do, and this is to move the turn marker to turn number 11. And I think Joe Kinney will do an investigation at the crime scene here, and for that he will also take the support car with him. So with that he would now be allowed to draw already, I think it's 3 plus 4 in an unmarked car, plus this support car would be 5 cards. And Lisa, that's really a problem. Lisa cannot really help. Of course she has this air support car, but she really wants to keep that for a little bit longer. But I'm still want to play, or Joe Kinney now plays this fresh perspective. And this fresh perspective, look at the top 3 cards of any investigation stack. I put this card on top in any order you like. And the good thing is we can reshuffle the deck. So let's do that. So the top 3 cards, nothing yet, nothing. A shoe print. Okay, that's an evidence, that's for sure. So we don't want to reshuffle the deck in this case, so this really didn't help. So we cannot put that now on top in any order we want to have that, but it really doesn't matter here. So we will just put that back, and now we would be allowed to draw 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The rest will go back here. So let's see what we have. So nothing yet. We found a shoe print, which is good. Another nothing yet, and a blood splatter, and nothing yet. So at least we were able to find 2 evidences from the crime scene here. Now that's not too bad. Let's place the footprint here. Let's place the blood splatter here. So we are still missing 4 evidences from the crime scene. So this is definitely the biggest stack there is in the game. But that is okay so far. So one last thing to do in respect to the investigation deck. So you're now allowed to discard 1 card from this deck. So this is the way to thin out the whole deck here, so it makes it a bit more easy. And then we would have to, I think, put it on top or on the bottom of the deck, the other cards, and then we have to reshuffle the whole deck. And this is also an ability from Lisa, so this has thorough, and she can decide not to reshuffle the deck. So when she, for example, puts 2 cards that's showing nothing on the bottom of the deck, she is sure that these 2 cards will not interfere with the actual investigation. So this is nice, but it was Joe Kinney's turn, so she's not allowed to use that. So he still is allowed to draw an investigation card, and this is another stakeout card for him. Might come in handy. And of course he would still need to draw an event card. Let's have a look. And this is another emergency. This is a blue emergency, and these are the smugglers. And this might also bring you to the hospital if you're not able to handle that correctly. Of course, there's already a blue emergency in play, which is here. So this now gets the urgent token. And I'm not using his special ability. It's not that bad, so I think we can deal with that. Still, we need to roll where to place this new emergency in the warehouse within number 2. And that's up here in the north. I will paste that the other way around. So I will try to face the cards where the actual entrances to these warehouses are. Makes it a bit easier to find the entrance. Okay, so I think we really need to deal with the other emergency in the next turn. Maybe Lisa can try to do that. Yeah, I think she will do that now. Okay, let's drive Lisa here to these burglars. She will take the support car with her. And this would already allow her to roll 3 dice because of her ability and the support car. And I think jokini will also play a police card, so this one here. So this will give her 4 dice, and yeah, she has to roll a 5 now. And she can also land in the hospital when she fails to handle that emergency. So she needs to roll 1 5. Ah, we were lucky. So she managed to handle that emergency. Oh, she's really doing pretty good, I have to confess. So for once the urgent token goes back one more time. She's now allowed to draw a donut here. She's now up to 3, that's very good. And this, she's allowed to have a peek at 1 investigation deck and put 1 card on top and 1 at the bottom. And I think she will still do that for the interview witnesses because she already started that, and we don't have any clues or evidences from that pile yet. So let's do that. Draw 2 cards, 1 and 2, and again she has to put 1 on top of the deck and 1 goes to the bottom. So at least she managed now, because she did that twice already. So she managed to put 2 nobody home cards at the bottom of the deck, and this is actually not really bad. So let's discard the event card. She still would be allowed to draw a police card. This is another officer assistance. That's not too bad. Can definitely use that later on. And of course she has now to, or she can have a peek at the event deck. What have we here? This is another emergency. It's an internet hacker, and interesting. This will go to a random apartment, so let's roll a die. Oh no, this is now really bad. Now she cannot use her ability. Okay, but we have to live with that. So this will now go on top of the interview deck of these apartments here, because we rolled the number 6. So we are not allowed to investigate any witnesses or interview any witnesses as long as this emergency has not been taken care of. That's really not good. It also gets another unknown evidence, circumstance, and this is really bad. And jokini is far away. I think he cannot go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is really bad. This is really bad. Yeah, okay, we have to live with it. Additionally, these vandals over here now get the urgent token. So also not really good, but yeah, somehow we have to deal with that. Let's move the turn marker down here, and I think jokini will stay where he is, and we'll have a look at the crime scene once more. Therefore, he will again draw up the, or will call the support car here, and he's still, no, I think he does not do that. He does not have any cool card that might help him here. So he would be allowed to draw, let me check, Lisa cannot really help here. So he would be allowed to draw now 4 cards. Is that right? So 3 because of his abilities and 4 because of the support card. Yeah, it's not more. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And let's have a look at those. Nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet. And at least we found a DNA trace, so this is not too bad. We'll put that on the board in a second. We will discard one of these evidences here. We will put the remaining on the bottom, and yeah, once more reshuffle the deck here. That was not actually really great, but at least we were able to find another evidence at the crime scene. Of course, he would be allowed to draw a police card, and this is another donut run, and I think he really has to go there, even though Lisa has already 3 donuts in her possession. Not sure if it's really important. And of course, he would still need to draw an event card. And this is a violent customer at the cafe. And this is now a problem because this would mean another blue would get the urgent token and the first red will disappear. So I think Joe Kinney will play his special ability, the committed one, pay a donut and cancel that event card over here. Okay, I think this was a good decision. And now let's move Lisa to the emergency at the random apartment where our witnesses actually are. And this would be here, 1 and 2. And I think, does she have, she does not have the officer assistance. This is really bad. And Joe Kinney cannot help her. Wow, that's really tough. Okay, she can use a donut, I guess. So, she has to handle that emergency alone. Yeah. So for that she gets 2 dice because she has this ability. What is this? Officer stakeout. Really nothing that really can help her here. It's a problem. So I think she's spending a donut. So for this she gets an additional die. And yeah, I think Joe Kinney does not have a proper card here. And by the way, this is also a great way to play as a dirty cop. So if you are asked, hey, do you have any cards that might help me? Then you can always say, no, I don't have any. So let's have a look at the unknown evidence here. And this is an angry dog, an internet hacker with an angry dog. Why not? This makes sense thematically. So we have to give back 1 die. And with these 2 dice, we have to roll 1 4. Let's really hope for the best here. We really need this free. Wow, that was great. So she managed to handle that internet hacker twice actually. Perfect. So this will get discarded and we will discard this one so she can have a look at the event deck or have a look at the investigation deck. And I think she will do that one more time. So again, draw 1, 2. That's really painful. 1 back at the top and 1 at the bottom. So we managed to put 3 cards at the bottom of the deck. This is actually not really great, but at least it's something. Okay, let's draw her police card. And this is another air support. And this is already her 7th card, so we have to be careful here. And also the police deck gets thinned out also, so there are not many cards left, or not so many, there's still some. And this will not be reshuffled, so you have to really deal with that, at least. This is what I think. Let me check that. Actually, I'm not sure, so let's move that down here. Yeah, I think that's the case. So turn 13. I really couldn't find the rules, but I believe I read that you are not allowed to redraw or reshuffle the police card deck. So if I'm wrong, please let me know on my Facebook page, in BGG, or on the YouTube comments. Maybe I do a full text search in the PDF rules afterwards, but right now I play it this way, that I'm not allowed to reshuffle the police card deck. Okay, let's see what Mr. Kinney will do. And he will stay where he is. So again, he's allowed to draw 4 cards because of this support card here. And this time really Lisa plays this surveillance air support card. So this would allow him to draw 2 cards more. So this would be now 6 cards he would be allowed to draw. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are only 3 left here in this deck at this point in time. So nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet. Fingerprint and bullet casing. Now at least we found 2 additional cards, so we'll put that on the investigation board in a second. 1 card will be discarded, the other one will go down here. We will reshuffle the deck. So put the rest back here. So right now there's only 1 evidence left in this deck, and we will place the remaining evidences here. So 1 is missing. I cannot really recall what it is. And let's draw ourselves a police card, and this is another surveillance card for Joe, and he's also, no, he's not reached his hand limit yet. He has 6 cards, and still he needs to draw an event card. This here, and this is a pickpocket at the donut shop, and also we would need to roll a die for a street punk here, and this goes to bat hood number 6. So this would be down here. Still not really a problem. Let's put the emergency here at the donut shop. There will be an unknown circumstance, so we don't know yet. There is no urgent token to be placed because there's no other yellow card in play, which is good. And now Lisa, I think she might handle that emergency because there are no street punks that she really needs to arrest at this point in time. And right now there are these vandals in play, and she can grab the support car. Yeah, let's do that. So here are the vandals, 1 and 2. She will call the support car, also 1, 2 streets away. So she has 2 dice. She gets an additional die because of the support car. And the problem is, this is tough. No, Joe cannot help her. She might consider going for a donut, but she only needs to roll a die at this point in time. So I think we try to live with that. So let's lift the veil and some punks. Vandals and some punks. That fits in thematically pretty good. So she would lose a die. So with these 2 dice, she has to roll at least a 3. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, hope for the best. Yeah, 2 4s, that's not a problem. So she handled that perfectly. So let's discard this one. The urgent token goes away. And again, she could go for a donut or have a peek here. And I think she will use this one, but this time at the crime scene evidences stack, because then Joe Kinney might really be able to solve that. Yeah, let's do that. So again, she would be allowed to draw 1, 2 cards. So 1 will be placed on top of that, and the other one will go down. So this is actually good. So we have put 1 card at the bottom of the deck, and this is actually very good. Let's draw a police card for Lisa here, and this is another fast response. This really might come in handy. This is her 7th card already, so her hand limit is reached now. And of course she can have a look at the event deck as well. And this is another red emergency, an arsonist. We have to roll a die. We because there will be a street punk. This will also go to block number 6. This is a problem, or this might get a problem, because now there are already 3 street punks, so the next street punk there will form a street gang. Then we have to roll for the random apartment for this arsonist. No 6, no 6, no, that's a 3. And this will be all the way up here. And there will also be an unknown circumstance. Okay, not really a real problem, but yeah, it's far away. That's the only issue I see here. Let's move the turn marker one step ahead to turn number 14. And now let's have jokini resolve the last, or try to resolve the last crime scene evidence here. So let's call the support car. So that's 3, 4 cards. Should we take the risk? Should we take the risk, or should Lisa play the air support card? Let's take the risk here. I'm feeling lucky today. So it's again 3, 4 cards. He would be allowed to draw. So let's do that and hope for a best. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We know 1 is at the bottom. That's for sure. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Come on. Nothing yet. And you don't believe it. We found the fibers. So this was the last evidence from the crime scene here. So this is really actually good. So we managed to find this one. So this would give us another donut to jokini. He's now up at 2 donuts. And of course he would be allowed to draw his police card. And there's another air support card. This is awesome. But he's also now reached his hand limit. And let's see what event card he draws. And this says, officer down, take 1 patrol officer from the stockpile or board and place it lying down in the bed hood of your choice with 2 or more street punks. Until the street punks are removed from this hood, players may not draw police cards. This is not good. We will pay a donut, and with this donut we will discard this event card. Awesome. So Lisa will 1, 2, 3 move here to arrest these street punks here. She cannot call the support car because it's too far away. And she does not have any police cards. So with that she would be allowed to roll 3 dice already. And I think jokini will play this this stakeout card here, I guess. And this allows him or her to roll an extra die. So with these 4 dice she can now, or has to roll at least 3 threes. Okay, perfect. She managed to arrest all 3 street punks. So this would give her a donut, and all 3 street punks are arrested and go back to the stockpile. That's great. Really, she's really doing great. She's really the best cop in this game, I have to admit. Okay, let's draw another police card. This is officer assistance, and she has to discard that. No, I think she will keep this one and discards this stakeout card here. So she's still at 7 cards, and of course she can now have a look at the event deck. And this is the car theft. Okay, this is now something we could place there. In each of the coming event card draws, move the car 1 street east. This car is removed when at least 2 players are on the same street as the car and the active player discards a police card as his or her action. If the car is not stopped before at least East Colfax and the board, advance city crime by 1 and remove the car. I think this is not really a problem. Our crime scene track is still at 1. So we are doing actually very good. So I think we will take the red car. So here on West Colfax. And now at each of these coming event card draws, this would advance 1 street to the east. last thing to do. We will advance the turn marker to turn number 15, and I think I will quit my playthrough for today. So actually things are doing good. We have found most of the evidences. Only these 2 witness statements are actually missing, and Lisa prepared that pretty well already because she brought some nobody home cards at the bottom of the deck. So I think Joe Kinney might be able to handle that sooner or later, or maybe she will do that because I think he has more than enough investigation cards already. In the next turn, so turn number 16, the murderer will come into bathood number 6, and then for each turn he will go to bathood number 5, 4, 3 and so on. And then before turn 22 we have to catch him. Of course, first of all we need to have all the evidences. So this more or less concludes my playthrough, and we don't have many emergencies left. There are 3. There is no urgent token in play, so I think we're really doing good. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon in my next episode, and until then, bye bye.